KD and Luka both get injured and Draymond Green responds to Dillon Brooks. Plus a lot more, stay tuned. What's up guys, my name is Bogar. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy daily NBA content, make sure you subscribe and let's get straight into it. The Suns take on the Thunder yesterday. Kevin Durant's looking for his 4th game in a Suns uniform, but he gets hurt pre-game, messes up his ankle, and sits out. As you can see in this video right here, he's going up for either a layup or a dunk, and he twists his ankle and slips on the ground. Hopefully he's okay. It doesn't look too bad, but they'd rather play it cautious and sit him out for a little bit considering he just came back from his other ankle injury. And it was all good anyway. The Suns rolled over the Thunder, winning 132-101, and Devin Booker dropped 44 points in only 28 minutes. He exited the game with 7 minutes to go in the 4th, and he was actually disappointed and wanted to stay in because obviously he could have gotten a 50 or even 60 piece. I guess he saw the Bad Bunny Kendall Jenner thing before the game. Bro had to show out. Anyways, now let's talk about Luka Doncic and the Mavericks. Now, as we all know, they've been struggling after the acquisition of Kyrie Irving. Before last night's game, they were 3-5 and they seemed to melt down a lot more in the clutch. But just to make matters worse, Luka Doncic left the game with a thigh strain. Again, it doesn't seem anything too serious, but he's probably going to miss a couple games, and these next games are very crucial for teams like them in the West. And they ended up losing the game to the Pelicans yesterday, and now they are 3-6 since acquiring Kyrie Irving. And yesterday's loss alone moved them from being tied for the 5th seed all the way down to the 8th seed. So these next couple games without Luka Doncic are crucial for the Mavericks. And some of these other guys, Kyrie Irving, has to step it up. Let's see if this trade was really worth it. Although their next 3 games are the Grizzlies twice in a row without Ja Morant, and then they play the Spurs, which should all be winnable games, and at the least they should win at least 2 of them. And after that stretch, their next game is March 17th versus the Lakers, and Luka should be okay by then. At least let's hope. But speaking of the Grizzlies, Draymond Green went ballistic responding to Dillon Brooks yesterday. Brooks made a comment sounding off on Draymond and the Warriors, saying he doesn't like them, he doesn't like their play style, and I'll let Draymond's response speak for itself.
He said, I don't like Draymond at all. I just don't like Golden State. I quite frankly wouldn't like a team that beats me all the time either. You're a fan, so that's crazy. Draymond talks a lot. 4 rings? Sure, you talk a lot more. For All-Stars, you probably talk a bit more. Defensive Player of the Year? You for damn sure would talk more. If you ever wondered why the Memphis Grizzlies is not ready to compete for a championship, look no further than this idiot right here. Quite frankly, that just shows how little you know about basketball.
And for the first time in my life, I'm gonna say this, I really side with Draymond Green. Let's be honest, Dillon Brooks has done nothing in this league, and to make matters worse, this is probably the worst year of his career efficiency-wise. And he's also turned into one of the most hated players, if not the most hated player in the league, both by fans and players. And it's not like he has any championships, accolades, or anything like that to back it up. So I do have to agree with Draymond, he's a fan. Before you start talking crazy, you gotta have some accolades, my guy. But get your popcorn ready because on cue, the 2 teams play each other tonight on TNT. So let's see how this Draymond and Dillon Brooks matchup goes. But not even just for them two, but as we know, these 2 teams are pretty good rivals. Always seems to be heated moments in their matchups and the Warriors knocking them out of the playoffs. Let's get ready. But in quick other NBA recap, the Nuggets lost to the Bulls. Jokic had only his 2nd game this season shooting under 50%, dropping 18, 12, and 8 and shooting 7 for 16. Not my MVP anymore. Nah, I'm just playing, but that's actually insane how that's only his 2nd game of the year shooting under 50% in a game. Now we see other players doing this, especially centers, as they usually just throw down dunks or get put back layups. But Jokic shoots. That's what makes this stat so insane. You'd think he'd have a couple games where he has an off night, bad shooting night, but for this to only be his 2nd under 50% performance of the year in the middle of March, like that's just unheard of, man. But the Bulls did shock the Nuggets and beat them by 21 points at home. And shout out to Kristaps Porzingis putting up a career high 43 points in the loss. It actually makes me laugh because I don't know how a career night like that could get blown over by a 17-point lead that they had in the 3rd. Hawks came all the way back and got the dub and ruined Kristaps' career night. But guys, that's pretty much it for this one. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like down below to see if we can get 20 likes on this video. Make sure you subscribe for more daily NBA recap and news, and I will see you guys in the next video.